I thought it wasn't a job interview, and the mood was just right. And if I remember correctly, do you have any certain skills or something like? And I said, "Oh, a goofball. I'm a professional
Guys,
goofball."
we are live again. Be careful.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. We are live again. So, hi everyone. This is the part 3 of the vernissage of Faerian. We had some issues, so now we're streaming directly from restream.io. I don't have any more surprises. But that means I can only show one screen at a time, so that means I will be alternating between your cameras, guys, and also the spatial. I'll just you can keep talking if you want while I reshare the link to the social media. So yes, let me check. YouTube, perfect. Library stream, but not the link is like the title is called Live with Restream, which is not a good title. Alright, that's fine. I'll share it. I wish you were disconnected. You were disconnected. Come watch on YouTube directly on this new YouTube link. All right.
You are sending the link here in the Zoom meeting.
Yes, sorry. Good point.
Yeah.
In Zoom as well. Oh. And I'll put
Very
it also in the bio for the people maybe watching from Instagram. Oh, yeah. Let's see my sites. This way. Okay. Live YouTube. Okay, wonderful. And accept. Perfect. So, oh yes, while I'm doing this, I will show. I don't know if you guys watched the trailer for the event, or if you like it. I really like it and I want to show it while we're just waiting for people to come back and reconnect. Just a 40-second trailer. Let me see. Oh yeah. Wait, no, I need to do that from here. Faerian. Humanity. All right. I will share the link. I will share the screen in 2 seconds. 1, 2. No, a bit 1 seconds. Share which thing? Live. No, I don't want that one. I want window. Yes. I want the collection reveal. I think it's that one. Yes, collection reveal. So please enjoy this 40-second trailer. sound is not maximum. And let's do it best quality possible. So it'll be a much more enjoyable experience. Wait. It's not showing on the stream. Oh no, why OBS? Why not working? Oh.
It's probably because you're sending at too high bitrate. The CPU or the GPU is having trouble decoding and sending all the information. It's a bottleneck.
No, I think
likely.
It's because I went full live, so I will just not go full screen. Okay, now it should be working fine.
You can talk.
This video makes me feel very emotional when I watch it. Oh man. I wish
I mean, it's a good video. It's a really good video. Did you make it yourself, Cynthia?
Yes. My wonderful skills.
No, I mean you are good.
Thank you.
Seriously. So.
All right, let's go back to spatial. It's that one. Wonderful. Okay, everything is updated. We are ready. Whew. Okay. Share screen. All right. Yes. Wonderful. So now we are live on the stream. Wonderful. Hi, Felipe. Nice. Okay, let's speak to the visits. Hi, Wowers. So remember, if this is your first time using spatial, you can use your mouse to move around. The usually go up and down is just to walk, but the left and the right is just to turn the camera. And we are going to start this visit from the right side for a change. Yesterday, so let's go to the right side. And don't worry if you're lost, I will bring you there. I have special magical tools. Okay, to do that. All right. So let's use my magical tool because I am basically kind of god in spatial. Can do whatever I want. Do this to me. Ta-da-da! Yes, you are here. Wonderful. Hi. All right, let's begin. So I don't believe the artist is with us today, but I will briefly introduce her. Hi, Exploring Tiger. Let me bring him to me too as well. So know that if you want to change your name, do it on the top right corner, and you can select, a new name or new avatar. That way, I know who you are. We also have it inside the spatial, so you can definitely join from there as well. Okay, so let's see. Oh, so I can move from one to another. So the prompts. So in this gallery, everything is organized by prompt and the artwork. So here we have a prompt by Mindy, Mindy Curator, very short, where you can see the color of the winds, quiet and calm, blue and white. So I will double click on the artwork and you can see it full. And let me just pull my information so I don't say anything wrong about it. No, so that I am correct about it. Color of the wind. Yes. So the project is titled Where You Can See the Color of the Winds, just like Pocahontas, by the way. And it's made with acrylic and colored crayons on handmade paper. Obviously, no air was used, all traditional. And yes, and we'll focus on the artists who are here tonight. So just one quick note. The wind here is in the middle. I mean, first when I looked at it, I thought it was a valley, but you can see the wind with the movement of it, the different colors, and the lake is here to represent the feeling of peace and quietness. So this is the artist. So this is, oh yes, I also want to say to the audience maybe watching now that all the artworks you saw here will be available as NFTs and original artworks. They are traditional artworks in the coming days. Some are already starting to be minted. So I'll put the link in the chat if you want to register your interest, and also to the existing foundation gallery where you can check it out. So let me put that information so you have it. Give me 2 seconds and enjoy the color of the winds in the meantime. Okay. So if you're watching this for the first time and you haven't indicated your interest yet in the artworks, please just enter information here. We'll contact you when the mint is available. And I will also share the 2 artworks which are already minted and available on Foundation and will be presented tonight. So register your interest on the type form of. Alright, so the NFTs will be minted on Ethereum, Polygon, and Tezos, depends on the artist, with auctions and open editions. So, yep. All good. So this was The Color of the Wind by Isabelle Gouget. A huge round of applause for her. You can unmute yourself if you want to applaud with me too, so I'm not alone. And you do, to tap on spatial, you do C. Right? Yes. Nice. You deserve it. Amazing work. All right, and then we move on to the artwork by Isabelle Gouget. And her prompt was written by One Existence. Very poetic artwork. And let's read it together. Crystal clear rivers flow gracefully through lush, emerald forests, their waters imbued with the essence of magic, reflecting shimmering rainbows across the landscape. The trees in this forest are not just ordinary trees, but towering sentinels that twist and curve, adorned with luminescent leaves that glow in hues of iridescent blues, purples, and greens. Colorful songbirds with wings that glisten like prisms flutter through the air. Graceful unicorns roam freely, their coats shimmering with ethereal light. And graceful fairies dance amidst blooming fields of radiant flowers, each petal holding a tiny spark of magic. Mountains soar high into the heavens, their peaks adorned with majestic cascading waterfalls that appear to flow upwards, defying gravity. These mountains are not just rocks but living beings, their surfaces covered in intricate patterns formed by ever-shifting elements of earth and so on. So this should be also an artwork in itself. The prompt is so poetic. And this is the artwork from Isabelle Gouget, a French artist, digital artwork. And what so I don't think she's with us tonight. Let me check. But I know, I read all about it yesterday, so I will say what I know about it. Also, I want to say to the artists who are here, if you have to leave, within the next 2 hours or so, 1 hour, write in the chat and I can make you come first. Some artists yesterday left before it was their turn, so I won't let that happen today. Just let me know if you need to leave early. So this is Eveil féérique by Isabelle Gouget, digital 2D piece. The artist here, if you notice, those are reverse waterfalls on the top of the mountains. So they flow from the mountain to the clouds, which is very, very féerique. I love it. They are no, even if the prompt indicated they were unicorns and some animals, the artist prefer not to represent them because she wants you, the viewer, to be inspired by it and imagine your own creatures in that space. So she's really an imaginative artist. She loves to transport people to imaginative universes, and this artwork is a really good representation of it. The only living forms you see is birds in the sky and butterflies, magical butterflies. So congratulations, Isabelle. Please, a round of applause for her. Yes. Wonderful. And now let's move on to maybe we'll go back to Jay Wookley later if he wakes up. I don't know if he'll come today. But let's show it anyway in case he's here. So this is oil on pastel. Let me 2 seconds, guys. I'm going to make you come with me. I'm just finding the space. All right. Okay, make you come. Bring yours to me. Hi. Nice. So this prompt is written by Felipe Opazzo, who's actually here today with us. So maybe Felipe, you want to read your prompt?
Yeah, it's let me read it. It's a river of lava that crosses a forest of heat immune trees.
Nice. And how did you get that idea of the prompt?
Oh, how did I get the idea? I don't know. I think I was thinking like what could be something impossible for me to ask, like something that wouldn't happen in real life. And I really like the landscapes that we have in Faerian. So I thought, how could I expand on that? Some sort of new type of landscape. And that's how I thought of the river of lava and the trees that don't burn, yeah.
Nice, yes. Thank you, Felipe. So Felipe is actually studying to become a film movie director, correct? A scenarist. So I really appreciate your imagination. And so yes, this is the artwork from Jay Wookley from South Korea, and this is oil pastel on paper. And I mean, you can see clearly the volcanoes, the force and the strength of the fire going up, and the trees, which actually don't seem to care what's going on. There's lava next to me, no problem. I'm still standing up. Yes, I really appreciate the fire, the way it's depicted here. Really, really beautiful piece. Felipe, you had any comment on it?
Well, I love just generally the look of it. The how I feel like it brings out light from out of the artwork. I don't know how to explain it, but like I love the feeling of looking at it and feeling a mixture of darkness and warmth. It's great. It's great, and I love it. That's mostly what I have to say about it.
Thank you, Felipe.
Thanks to Jaywook, but he's here. Yeah. Thanks to Jaywook. That's the other thing that I would say. I think that's not how you pronounce his name, but he's great. He's great.
Wonderful. Thank you. Well, a round of applause for Jaywook. Wonderful. Please know I'm going to speak also on spatial, so if you have an echo, it's simple, just unmute spatial directly. And because we have some people who may join directly from spatial, because spatial is actually like social media. So yes, and share. Just want to make sure we are live. Maybe we could break this. That's fine. Okay, cool. So the next artwork here is from Thomas Durek with a prompt by the Brothers Green. It's a very creative prompt. So let's read it together. Sorry, I need to bring you all of you with me. I need to do my god duty. Bring others to me. Hello, nice. Yo. All right. My prompt will be of that of Conan the Cimmerian, the mightiest of Howard's creations, a great hulking warrior of a man who is the very image of the caring, if gruff and cunning monarch. But as he has never been seen before, perhaps at the 10th Walker, let us take a moment to momentarily place him in the context of the Lord of the Rings. Had he been a brother in arms to Aragorn, son of Arathorn, to Gimli the chivalric dwarf, to Legolas the youthful, a protector of the Hobbit, and if he, his lover Valeria of the Red Brotherhood, had joined in defense of Gondor, I suppose my prompt, if you will, is to depict Conan in one scene of Lord of the Rings, or in a myriad of them, along with possibly Valeria from the Realness story, and to depict him not in a heinous light, but as he is in his own tales. A hero, no less the equal of the likes of Aragorn or Gandalf in some way, while still casting them in a great and magnificent light. So basically a mashup between Conan the Barbarian and Lord of the Rings. This is like one of the most imaginative prompts. So let's look at the artwork from Thomas Durek from Czech Republic. Thomas Durek, who I must remind you, was with us in Lisboa, in Portugal, where we were live streaming your work to the 3,000 attendees there. And so I saw him in front of me doing this piece for 2 days in a crowded place with many people, the attendees, everybody walking, sometimes stopping him, asking questions. Like, he was never alone completely. And that's what he did in just 2 days. Like, I'm just, my heart wants to cry when I say that. You can see Conan as a giant figure here, and an elf, maybe from the Lord of the Rings, here that he's protecting. And an interesting thing is that he's not like fully protecting her. She has an own bow, right? So she's capable of protecting herself. But yet he wants maybe to protect her from the sunlight. I'm not sure. And they're working together. The shading also is very appreciable in the artwork. It goes slowly from, the sunlight on the top to the purple to the dress, and even the leaves, which are purple in themselves. The composition for me is excellent here, and I'm just impressed. I love this piece. And it's really a brand new piece made on spot for just 2 days. Man, Thomas doesn't need AI, never. He's just so fast. Anyway, so let's do a round of applause for Thomas. Wonderful. I'll just check if there are any comments in the chat to read. Okay, Veli, you have to leave soon. Okay, so let's do Barret, and then we go to Veli. All right, I'm just moving to the left. All right, so Barret, since you're here, do you want to read your prompt?
Sure. So my prompt was from Roger Sandry. Oddly enough, I know this guy. I read it and I was like, that sounds kind of like someone I know. And then after I did it, he was like, yeah, that was mine. I was awesome. An elven warrior woman in dark studded leather armor, wavy dark hair, sassy grin, wielding a long curved silver blade with small copper runes etched into the blade, and a black basket hilt.
Nice. So why did you pick this prompt?
Honestly, honestly, I just knew that I was going to be in front of a lot of people, and I wanted to choose something that was somewhat within my comfort zone, but that I knew that I could do a pretty good job on. And I love elves. I've always painted elves, like from the moment I started doing digital art, and like out of all of like the fantasy races or whatever, I've probably painted 10-1 more elves than anything else. So anytime there's an elf involved, I'm like, yeah, I gotta grab it. So that's what I did here. And I really wanted to capture a confidence and smugness, maybe a little bit overconfident in her posture. But you still get the sense that she can handle herself, even if it is a bit overconfident. She can handle herself, and just like everything about like what the prompt was, it was just comfort to me. Like I knew that I could paint this and kind of be in a meditative state, and put each mark down while being contemplative of like what I am as an artist. And that's what I think that like real like people doing human art, like we get to find out who we are through the act of painting. And I think that that's something that was very important to me during this process here.
Wow, awesome. Can you elaborate a bit more when you say that? Where in the artwork, where do you feel like you're most represented in the way it was done?
I'm sorry. Can you?
Can you elaborate a bit more about what you think is your personal touch in the artwork? I mean, aside, of course, I'm doing everything, but
right. Okay. Yeah. So I think that a lot of times, as concept artists or illustrators, we have these deadlines that are very strict, and then we have to find the fastest way to do everything. And sometimes that's needed. Sometimes you do have to make those shortcuts, those little loopholes and stuff like that. But I think that we find out more about who we are, and we are able to more meditate on who we are as we slow down and we're very intentional with the process. And I think that this entire process for this one, like I was able to really like, even though it was over 2 days, I was still able to really slow down and make intentional decisions with this character. And through that sort of meditative state that we can put ourselves in when we make these pieces, I don't say it lightly whenever I say that we can find out more about who we are. Like I think that the thought process and everything, it just, when we take the time to be patient with the creation, we can definitely find out more about who we are as people. So.
Oh, Barret, you made me cry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well.
Thank you.
You speak so well. That's so nice. Wow. Thank you. Something I appreciate myself in the artwork also is the emotion. Yeah. I mean, just the face. If I was getting everything else and just focusing on the face, it's the emotion and the quietness of the elf. It's, I don't know, there's something touching about it. And do you mind just explaining the title, Covenchaser?
Honestly, I always have a hard time titling my my artwork, but whenever I was playing this, or whenever I was painting this, I was also playing a video game like version of Pathfinder, and in that, it's like I was chasing down this this like group of sorceresses or something like that, and so I was like, yeah, let's just call it a Covenchaser, but like a coven of witches or whatever. But then after I named it, I was told by someone else that it could have another connotation that I didn't intend it to have. But oh well, it's done. What's done is done.
Oh, I mean, don't worry. I don't see the single meaning, so you're fine. That's nice. Well, thank you, Barret. Thank you. Any question for Barret, either on Zoom or in the audience? Let's give some time. Any comments? Do you like it? Do you don't like it? No, can't say that.
Oh,
I mean, especially
I
if you don't like it.
No, I got to watch you live when you were working on the armor. And I was just thinking, what equipment you use? The tablet. You were using a tablet. You write or you draw on screen or off screen.
Yes. So I use a Huion tablet display. It was actually I for years used a little tablet, like a small tablet off the screen, and my mom was great enough. She's always great, but she got me this Huion tablet. She masked it because she knew that I wouldn't accept it. But she masked it as she bought it for herself and then didn't want it, so she gave it to me. And then I found out later she just bought it for me. Like,
how cool!
So it's not like it's not as high tech as like a Wacom or a Wacom or some of the like name brand stuff, but it is absolutely amazing to be able to paint directly on the screen versus having to like
it's so much difference. I tried it and I just wanted to take the tablet and throw it at the wall. Yeah. Nice work.
You can get used to it after a while, but yeah, this is much better.
Well, thank you. Another round of applause for Barret. Oops, I was speaking on mute. Well, thank you. Another round of applause for Barret. Yes, wonderful. Okay, let's go to Veli because
I gave myself some applause there.
Yeah, you can definitely applaud yourself. Oh man, Barret. Yes, and don't worry, Barret. I will make you a certificate that you're a human artist. You can give to your future clients. Certified by the Faerian.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
For all of you here. Yeah. What did you say?
Oh, I'll make sure to make copies and send them all out to all my clients.
Okay, let's go back to spatial. Because I was sharing the Zoom right now on the live. And yes, let me quit that. I recharged the space. And coming back. By the way, I love elves too. Like, I always wanted to be a night elf with the dark skin and the long, like in Warcraft. I just love them, and they're super powerful. Anyway, that's a topic for another day. What kind of fantasy race would you like to be? Would you be an elf, Barret?
Oh yeah. I've always liked the dark elves, the night elves as well. So that was what I played in World of Warcraft. I don't know if it's called a night elf or something. It's been a long time since I've been on. But
yeah. World of Warcraft is a bit different. They have blood elves too. Okay. All right, Veli, since you're here with us, welcome. Can you unmute yourself? Can you talk a bit more about your artwork? Hi.
Hi everyone. Nice to be here with you.
Yes. Do you want to read the prompt that you worked on?
Yeah,
Sorry,
sure.
two seconds. Let me bring everybody in. Shit,
so.
because people do not know what's happening. Oh, there's a problem. So let me stop sharing a second. I lost my special tools. Something's wrong. There's definitely a problem with this. Let me recharge again. Let me reshare the spatial. Sorry, my host tools were not showing up. Okay, now it's gonna be fine. Perfect. So let's share the screen.
Vale, if you can just go to your art piece, and we will follow it.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, I'm there.
Okay,
So, Bailey, tell us about yourself in the meantime while I'm going there. Where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from Russia originally. Right now I'm in Bangkok. Yeah, I'm a full-time artist. And I usually work in mixed media. I combine digital and traditional art. And that's what I did with my art piece in this gallery. I started with a pencil sketch on paper, and then I made a scan of it. After it, I continued to a watercolor layout and made another scan. So there was a painting on paper first. And then I combined two scans of different layers digitally and added more details. So basically, there is a physical version on paper, but it's kind of different from a digital version that you see in the gallery. And in the process, I also decided to animate this piece. And I created 55 versions of this piece to make an animation of the shot. At first, I didn't even plan to make this animation. But it came to me in process. I also thought that it could be a kind of great way to picture amazing colors that's mentioned in my prompt. So I added more vibrant colors to the piece and animated it. So it was my way to picture the human falling into the meditation, which symbolizing a strong connection to Mother Nature. So yeah, that's the process of the piece.
Nice job. Do you mind reading your prompt out loud?
Yes. My prompt was by Helena. A background that reminds you of a sacred geometry on the foreground, something like a multidimensional human being communing with amazing colors.
Amazing. Well, congrats you on the Zoom. You were still doing the you already have the clapping. I remember seeing you on Zoom. You were doing the drawing, and I was like, okay, it's gonna be a nice drawing. And I had no idea you would turn that also into digital, and then create 55 different versions and animate it, which I found is very, very innovative and very, very cool. Since the video, I don't know, I don't think it's working. You say it wasn't. Oh, no, it's working fine. Okay, so you guys can watch on the wall the version of it. Well, actually, it's not really working. My connection. So let me share my screen from the original video, which I have. That would be a bit better. Give me 2 seconds. Oh yes, wait, I have it on my computer, so that's much better. Okay, here. It's coming. Okay. We'll share my screen from the stream. It's coming. Share the screen. Share the screen. No. Window. All right. Symphony of Unity. So let's watch it. The 55 versions of it. And that's it. Let's do it again. Oh, very cool. All right. Any question for Veli? Any remarks? I'll check. Oh, yeah, she deserves it. Of course.
Thank you, thank you, guys.
Thank you. Wait. Oh, wonderful. I know.
What
Yes.
did you animate this?
I was doing it in Procreate.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Makes sense. It's beautiful. That's amazing.
Thank you so much. It's really nice to hear. Very kind of you.
This was Barret speaking to Veli. Well, thank you so much, Veli. Awesome. So this one is already available on the foundation. I will put the link in the chat so you can take a look. And yeah, available on foundation. Artwork available on foundation. Yeah. Foundation. Perfect. So now let's go back to spatial. Okay. Okay, let's focus with the artists who are here in the Zoom first. So let's see who we have left. We have CageyBaby, Roeleke, MissMojo, Tomei, by Basumo. Okay, Roeleke, you're actually pretty close. So let's on CageyBaby as well. Yes, CageyBaby. I mean, both of you are fine. Let's go in this order then. Because you were just in front of, I think, yeah, you're just in front, yes, of Barret. Perfect. All right, I will bring you all of you here. Bring leaders to me. Da-da-da. Okay. CageyBaby, do you want to introduce your piece?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hi. My name is CageyBaby, and I'm a fine artist. And started doing digital arts about 1.5 years to 2 years. I had a very hard time picking the prompt because I never made my artwork with requirements. So only way to pick the prompts to me, find something most similar to interesting things that I am trying to do in the digital artwork. So I picked, I'm going to read the prompt that I picked.
Mm-hmm.
In the tech advanced world, where the real world of applicable education is taught, Museum has discovered a way to capture the old master essence in the form of a hologram. I started with my old painting done by him, which is a traditional way. I'm going to try to share my work, my painting on the chat.
Okay, yes, I can share that.
So you probably see the original of my oil painting.
Okay. Let me change the screen sharing. Seconds. We'll change that to Zoom.
Can you do that?
All right. Yes. And I hope it's showing that. No, it's not showing it. I have to share another window. Yes, that one. So perfect. So this is the traditional painting you did first.
Yes, this is what my oil painting I did before.
Okay.
This very simple wave form that I made, and have been thinking about how to make traditional art to transfer to digital arts. So I use Adobe Photoshop program to capture this image, and then cut out and then clean out the elements from my oil painting, and recombining and reconstructing these new digital elements. I create a multi-dimensional composition that mimics the largeness of old master method, which is I was thinking about, the painting that I did. I also use Adobe Animate program to add some movements to give a life to living in a new environment. In the digital world, I am most interested in creating a beautiful and lush environment for a human to experience and appreciate and elevate what it means to be human. Because I think when humans use art to expanding their idea and acknowledge of their existence and appreciate what we've got here. So that's what I create for this project. And that's about it for my work. But I am very happy that I'm in part of this fantastic project and event and meeting wonderful people from all over the world. And thank you very much to Cynthia and Faerian team for all of your hard work. And thank you so much.
Wow, thank you. Thank you. Let's welcome. Wow. I'm learning so many things with all of you, the artists. So I'm currently showing on the stream right now the video of your artwork. And it's incredible that you went from a traditional painting, just like Eveil, right? From traditional art and then up digital and just, wow, completely different. Really appreciate your whole process. And that's crazy. Any comments for CageyBaby on the stream, perhaps, or on Zoom? Let me check. Brother Screen is going to eat. Bon appetit. All right. Well, you got a lot of hearts, which is a good thing. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to. And if I had a TV at home on the wall, I would love to have just turning all the time. Some people are like, yeah, what do you do with digital art? I'm like, just same what you do with traditional art. This is a really cool example, I think. Well, thank you, Lisa. Thank you, CageyBaby. All right, let's move to the next artist. MissMojo and Roeleke. Okay, or maybe Basumo, or maybe Basumo you're gonna stay to the end, maybe, but I know it's late where you are. It's up to you. But Roeleke is really in the corner, so we'll move to her shortly. All right. So before moving to Roeleke, let's introduce briefly the artist John. I'm going to bring all of you with me. Okay. Hello. So this prompt is by Rainbow Mosho, and I will read it. Kylie is an Aborigine girl from Australia. Her name is Boomerang, and she sent messages to the government and population wanting to heighten awareness about bushfires in the Kuranda rainforest, especially after a deadly one that killed her grandma Medica, and stopped after Ka prayed for Wangina, the spirits of the wind and rain. So a prompt really settled in a particular cultural setting, Australia, regions, and the artist who interpreted it is French. And he did a bunch of research about, the colors of the Aborigine flag that are represented here in the background, in the in every level of the artwork. The spirits, which the prompt is talking about, and I'm really impressed with this piece that Jorn made. Yes, and fun fact, did you know that the Aborigine flag has the colors? Let me just double check the answer. Oh, this is taking a lot of data on my computer. Okay. Your prayer for the ones you know. Oh, shoot. Okay, I got it. So this is a digital artwork, and yes, so the red represent, so the colors in the Australian Aboriginal flag are the red for the land, the yellow for the sun, and the black as well. So we see all those colors in different settings, and yeah, I mean, it's a really good representation. There's a symmetry in the artwork, which the artist is really careful about. It's very intentional to have a stabilized reading while having many elements present. And why he chose this prompt? Because it tells a story, and he loves illustrating stories. So that's something we actually have noticed a lot. A lot of artists pick prompts that they feel comfortable with because it matches their visual style, which is nice. And at the same time, it's still a challenge because, they're not deciding on the prompt. They have to design somebody else. So a round of applause for Jorn and Show. Wonderful. And now let's move on to a very cute prompt. A child staring at a space elevator going to the galaxy by Eveil. And maybe he watched too much Charlie and the Chocolate, but that's a really nice way to do it. So Roeleke, since you're here tonight, do you want to introduce your piece?
Sure. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
First of all, I've been having so much fun, like walking around and playing with this. It's my first time. So cool. When I was seeing this prompt, immediately a lot of images came to mind. It was short, what I liked, so I could see what wanted to happen, what wanted to be created. So I had an image in mind, a boy. There's some specifics in the prompt, of course. Just looking at it and just filled in by his imagination, like to the galaxy, going on an adventure. So I started to sketch the boy and the elevator and some dreamy elements around it. And I just started and more and more fell into place and was inspired by some just some images of the galaxy and playing around with new brushes that I found on Procreate. So I had a lot of fun playing it. And before I started, I wanted to the final piece to be like playful, colorful, and joyful. And that is also what my experience of this art piece has been. And a new kind of style, different than what I used to make or create. So it was just fun and playful. And some of my art pieces have like lots of meaning or like whole stories behind them. And this one, I just started playing, enjoying this whole experience, and
Wow.
I don't know if there are any questions.
Wow. Well, a round of applause first for you.
Thank you guys.
Mm-hmm. I mean, for me, on a personal note, I'm like, I loved it too. The prompter also tells me he really loves it. He really loves it because he tried this prompt with Midjourney and DALL-E, and he was not satisfied with the results he had. So he was like, okay, I'll submit it to Faerian's project. And when he saw that, I was like, oh, you're definitely better than any AI I saw so far.
Yeah, that's great. That's so great. He told me,
Yeah, that's great.
We had a short interaction on social media.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So,
yeah,
and actually, it did inspire me to explore it more, different styles, and really, I noticed through this project that I still limit myself as an artist, that I have like some certain visions, or that I hold on to, like, oh, I have to create a particular style. And now I feel like, no, I can just create whatever. So it was really nice to be given a prompt by someone else. Otherwise, that would not have happened. So it's such a fun experience. And Cynthia, I really want to thank you, as well as all the artists. It's such a joy to participate and to meet artists and see the final works within this project. So cool.
Aww.
So thank you so much.
Thank you, Roeleke. There's a comment from Genesis. He really likes the playfulness in this image, and it makes smile. So you really played it well on the playfulness.
That is great.
Since I will just share the Zoom for a second, so the world can remember what you look like. If you don't mind, I say hi to the camera. Hi, and I will. Yes. Aww. This is Roeleke. Look, even her smile is playful. Like, do you feel like it's?
Hi guys.
Do you feel like it's your inner child that's represented, because he's also blonde on the image? Do you feel like it's part of you?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
Could be.
Yeah.
Open to imagination. Oh, Padero is saying in the comments, you beat the matching. Congratulations, it is beautiful. Wonderful.
Nice, thank you. It's great.
Yeah, I love it too. I love let me share it again. I love not only you have planets, you could just have focus on just making a simple universe, but you're just like, okay, let's have also some cubical planets. What do you think of that? Or hexagonal planets, diamond planets, like all shapes and forms. Like
yeah, they could be planets. They could be halfway through. I thought, oh, it's actually cool to have some platonic solids in it. That are the only pieces that I created before in another project. So I can use them again, and all the rest is just created for this piece.
Nice. So there's a continuity among your artworks. That's really cool. Yeah. Well, a round of applause again for Roeleke.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.
Oh. And next to you, we have Nalani, who are not here with us tonight, but we'll briefly introduce. So her artwork also on the same prompt, so a different interpretation of the same prompt, just to the left. Ethereal Escapade. So let me gather the information I have about it. So I don't see any mistake. Ethereal escapade. Yes, I have it. So this is also a digital art piece. And the artist did not communicate much information about it, aside that when she read the text of the prompt, the image immediately came to her mind, and she was like, okay, this is what I need to create. Which I said yesterday, but I found so amazing that you visual artists, you just have an image in mind, and when you have the visual image in mind, and hope you can create it on your medium of choice. Like, I'm a writer, so if you have an image in mind, I have to describe it. It's nothing like it. It's very complicated for me to describe what I see. You guys have such an incredible talent to be able to, have an image in mind, put it on paper, put it on the screen, anything. So this is wonderful. And I think maybe also a big difference with AI artists, because you know how to put your image on screen. Meanwhile, they have to describe it to someone else, to the machine, who hopefully can understand what they have in mind. Yeah, that's just one of these side notes. So yes, on this piece we can see the elevator, also a different type of elevator, much more classic, going straight into the galaxy. And the child here is represented. He has like how do you call that? A space blanket. Sorry, it's a space blanket apparently. And he's getting ready to go into the elevator and hop to the sky. So a bit more serious than yours, a bit less playful, but still very intriguing and mysterious. Because we're wondering, how did he get here and where is he going next? Which is also the story of our lives in general. So a big round of applause for Nalani. All right. So who else do we have here with us today? Let me see. MissMojo. MissMojo. Well, you're pretty much next, so I'm reconnecting. Sorry, my computer is a bit slow today. Okay, so sorry, this is connecting again. Okay. So before going to MissMojo, we have two artworks here on a very dark theme. The artist was of Jan Stehul was here yesterday, so if you want to know more information, watch the stream from yesterday. But I will briefly introduce them. So the prompt was from Scott. Scott was also actually one of the artists who participated. So a hooded dark sorcerer using black magic to raise an army of undead soldiers to fight the living. So this short prompt was interpreted in, actually we found yesterday it was like very two complementary ways. Let me bring all of you with me. So you're here, okay. So we have Jakub Jagoda on the left side, who was with us in Non-Fungible Conference. And fun fact, I saw him, just like Thomas Derek, I saw him doing the artwork from start to end. And he was using a very, very small tablet, like maybe 3 times the size of my smartphone. And he did everything on the small tablet. And he didn't seem bothered. Plus, he was doing that surrounded by 3,000 people, just walking, asking questions, like, what do you do? And it's like very busy. So I was wondering, but that's just my interpretation, if all the people who are around are represented here. He wishes they were, leaving him alone. But this is the opposite, right? The sorcerer right here is trying to raise an army of undead soldiers. A very, very dark piece, which I like. And Jakub chose this piece because it really matches his style. which is usually very dark energy stuff. So yes, if you like it, if you want to see more dark stuff, definitely check Jakob's profile. And on that note, I will just take a quick break to put on the chat the list of the prompts again, so that if you're curious about any of the artists we talk about here, you can actually find their social media very easily on the page I'm going to give you. And if you're interested in acquiring any of the pieces we have introduced so far, also check the QR code on the top left corner just to indicate your interest. So list of prompts. Got it. All right, I'm going to share that on the stream right now. A list of prompts and social media of the artists. All right, and we have a comment from Basumo. He loves the sorcerer. It reminds him of the silly scene in the Dungeons and Dragons movie where they raise the dead and ask questions. Yes, exactly. I had the same thought. Really, I mean, some people didn't like the movie. I loved it. It was fun, but yeah, it reminded me also of that scene. So, congrats, Jakub. A round of applause for him. And to the right, we have Jan Štehol from Czech Republic. So again, he was here with us yesterday. And New Life. And this is a more cinematic approach to it. So there's a focus on the sorcerer and the hands. Oh, nice. We don't see the soldier. We only see the hand of the soldier and the life that's bringing back to him, which I find very interesting as a perspective. And yeah, we're thinking actually it should do a collab, like maybe a comic together to represent the same thing through different angles. But still, you can see Jan's very specific style, focusing mostly on the character and the light. So yeah, congrats, Jan! Incredible work. From Czech Republic. Jakub Jagoda is from Poland, and Jan is from Czech Republic. And fun fact, Jan is actually a student from Thomas Turek, who's also in the gallery. So it's like student and master meeting together in the same gallery. I think it's beautiful. So congrats. Applause. Let's applaud Jan and Jakub together. Remember to clap with Ceci on the keyboard. Aww. And yeah, hope you don't have too many nightmares tonight. All right, and now let's go to the essence of connection with MissMojo, who's here. And all right, let me bring you here, all of you. Okay, MissMojo, do you want to read your prompt with your own voice?
It is quite long.
It's okay. We can have half if you want.
To be fair, it's quite small on my screen. Let me put my glasses. So the prompt is the essence of connection. In a world driven by technology and digital interaction, the essence of connection is often overlooked or undervalued. For this art contest, I want artists to explore and depict the multifaceted nature of human connection, whether it's the connection between individuals, communities, cultures, or even the connection between humans and nature. I want artists to capture the depth and significance of these bonds. Artists can interpret this theme in various ways, such as exploring emotional connections, shared experiences, the power of empathy, or the beauty of human relationships. They can delve into the struggles and triumphs of forming connections,
the impact of technology on human interaction, or the longing for meaningful connections in a fast-paced world. The possibilities are vast, allowing artists to express their unique perspectives and visions on the theme of connection. Participants are encouraged to experiment with different artistic styles to bring their ideas to life. The key is to convey the essence of connection through compelling visual and thought-provoking artistic expressions. Remember, connection is a universal theme that resonates with everyone, so artists have the opportunity to create something that not only showcases their talent, but also speaks to the shared human experience. Let your creativity flow and celebrate the profound and meaningful connections that make us who we are.
Nice. Well read. Very good. So what did you think of
So,
this when you saw it the first time?
I appreciated that it was like you could interpret it in your own way, and like it brought you a large place for interpretation. It talked to me in many ways. Like I connect to many things. I'm a hypersensitive person, so I connect easily and I connect to a lot of things. So it kind of resonated with me just to develop around this theme, and I I like to work with metaphoric stuff, so it kind of was an easy choice for me to go towards this one.
Awesome. So no, right.
So
Yeah, I'm sharing
let me
on.
tell you,
It's just saying I'm sharing on stream right now the artwork from MissMojo. It's the one on the left. Yes, go ahead, MissMojo.
so yes, I will tell you a little bit about me. Um, I'm an artist. I've been an artist for all my life, but I've exhibited my work as a traditional and digital artist for 5 years now. I'm also a art director, designer, and illustrator, and I've been doing that for like 15 years, not to tell my age, but I've been working in agencies, and I've been doing this professionally. So conceptual work is kind of my forte, and this this artwork specifically is something I've put a lot of thought into, even if time was a challenge because I had to work during the daytime and take care of my family also and like work on this. So I accepted the challenge. It kind of was an impulsive decision, but I wanted to go all in, even though I knew time was an issue. So the way I work is that I put a lot of thought in the details, even if my artwork is not very detailed visually. There are a lot of details in the process. So I decided that I would kind of do a connection between the traditional world of art, the digital world of art, and also the AI to bring all this together in a mishmash collage. So I add the jelly prints that I did were imprinted with sage leaves. I wanted to bring an element of nature into my art, so that was the one I used to create some texture there. Also, I used illustrations in Procreate, and I also used Midjourney to generate some images of like flourishes and like electrical things. It kind of is abstract, but I yeah, that's the way I felt it. And also inside the AI images, I did not use the prompt that was given to me. I built my own, I designed my own images, and I also introduced concept within the metadata. So I put like the connection of two souls in the prompt, and I put like I wanted to my image to be infused with the theme, even if it wouldn't show visually. So that's kind of deep, but that's the way I work. And the way I constructed it, I wanted to represent the most people possible, so that wouldn't represent any gender or race. Also, it was important for me to be as inclusive as possible. Um, I wanted to depict the process of the connection between people, like the effect on our brains, because things happen when you connect with the person, like hormones and things like that. Some stuff happens when you enter in a relationship with a person. So that's the first thing that came to me. And also the relationship between communities and religion, they were represented by the two paths coming together. And in a way, the title, Meeting in the Middle, it kind of is a universal message of peace, and like of an example of what, like Genesis, I said to you today, like respectful relationships and healthy relationships, like the way that you have sometimes to do compromises in a way so that everybody feels seen and respected. So that's the way I see also relationship. And the last part of the image is the top part is the mountains and the hills, and the person with kind of a maze on top is that is represented kind of the challenges I live as a neurodivergent person, to connect to people, because my brain is wired differently, so I don't connect the way everybody does necessarily, and it represents a challenge for me in life. And I think the way that we connect to each other is linked to the way we refer to as ourselves. Because if you don't connect with yourself and your own vulnerability and your own truth, how are you going to share it with someone? You have to be connected to that, to your own essence. So the essence of connection for me was kind of your own essence in some way. So and there is also some kind of a meta effect in this from me presenting my own vulnerability to you, and that is what I came through doing this artwork. Yeah, essentially that's it.
Wonderful. Wow, it's really deep, meaningful artwork. I really enjoy you talking about it every time you do. Even just watching visually the composition. An interesting thing is you said, yeah, you did use AI, but just to generate some elements like a collage, that's very different from just, it's just like, it's
Yeah,
for me, that's like
absolutely.
totally fine thing. So yeah, congratulations. A clap for MissMojo. Is there any question on stream, perhaps? No, on Zoom? No? All right. Okay. Feel free to ask any questions to MissMojo at any time. Thank you so much. Such a pleasure. So to the right, we have the artworks from Melanie Frank and Lazoria Bouzouzi. So they're not here tonight. They were here yesterday. So if you're watching this and you want to know everything, just watch the replay from yesterday. But I will briefly summarize of what those artworks are about. So let me bring all of you here to me. And let me check if we can go live again. Yes, we can go live. Wonderful. Okay, so more people may join the special now because we just went live. I can do it once only in 24 hours. All right. So on the left, on the middle, we have the artwork Boulevard of the Connection by Melanie Frank from Venezuela. She's a digital artist, and she represented the same prompt, the essence of connection, through very different lenses. Her focus was mostly representing daily lives, small moments in the daily lives of multiple people. And so you can see friends around the table sharing a tea. You have lover, you have friends, you have a lot of things in all the small details. So I'm zooming right on my computer. I hope it works on stream. One element, for example, on the purple tower, on the top you see a man and a girl, and actually the man is holding the girl and he's dropping his phone. It's like he has to make a choice between the technology and the girl. There are other elements, like inside the building we have a man on his phone, so probably would choose the opposite choice. And yeah, it presents very different aspects in just one piece of what connection is about in daily life. So I really, really love this piece. And actually, Melanie is doing a collaboration with Lazulia. So what happens is, so the artwork on the right is by Lazulia Bouzouzi. She's actually a writer. She's one of the few writers we had for the event. And she wrote a short story of 11 pages on the same theme. And actually, we all find that her story represents well Melanie's artwork. So the NFT that's going to be made of Melanie is going to incorporate the short story from Lazolia. So it's going to be split between both of them, which I find really exciting. And it's going to be available as an open edition on Tezos for very low price. So anybody can be able to enjoy the short story and the artwork at the same time. It's like having a cover page for the story. So yes, I'm really fond of those two artists. And I will read an extract from the story, just so that you get an idea what it talks about. So it basically follows the story of Zoe, a woman who goes through a normal day at work, and in the street she decided not to look at her phone, but no, she decided not even, I think, to take her car, instead to take public transportation. And while she does that, she's able to meet more people. And she notices very small things in the little interactions with all the people she meets. And she enjoys it. She meets people not only who are nice, but she meets also people who are angry, who are sad, who have many different emotions. But all of those emotions contribute to like all the colors of humanity, of human connections. And at the end of the story, she comes back home and she's feeling so grateful to have met so many people, so many connections every day in so many different settings. It's a very lovely story. So I just read shortly this extract. She settles him on her lap, caressing his long, thick hair as she looks down at him. The moment I chose to be mindful about my surroundings, the more I realize how awesome my life is. I interacted with different people. Some I would have thought to speak with, if it hadn't been for life throwing us together and me taking the initiative in some instances. There's so much beauty in just speaking with someone you don't know from a bar of soap and feeling connected to them, whether they're young or old, Asian or white, high in social status or lowly in means. Our shared experience is everything, and we're more the same than we are different. So a round of applause for Melanie Frank and Lazoria. It's the C on spatial. And I will see if there's any comments. Everything is fine. I'm Zoom. No, all good. Perfect. 5 new messages. All right. Some people on Zoom don't see the YouTube, so I will share the YouTube again on Zoom so you can have access to it. All right. Let me find the link. Okay, I have it. So if you just joined Zoom, this is the live YouTube. We had a change because OBS stopped working temporarily. So yes, perfect. All right. August is saying he loves it. Nice. Hi, August. Okay. And then a brief introduction of the artwork on the right. And then let me just check who is still here with the artists to next. We still have Genesis and Basumo to go through. Wonderful. Okay, so on the right, you see Les Voyageurs from Kaizen Arts Sempre. Let me bring all of you here. Wonderful. And the prompt is the shortest prompt we actually have. It's called Free Energy. And so the artist is from Togo and used ballpoint pen on paper. So yesterday he was with us. So if you want more info, watch the replay today. But to summarize, using ballpoint pen, so that means every time he draws something on the paper, he cannot go back. He has to, go to the end. And he said it's something like a bit life. And so how he interpreted prompts, free energy. Well, those three entities represent three voodoo spirits, which establish a connection between the human world and the spirit world. And he represents them standing on the same foundation. And you need always three people to make something solid, like a chair. You always need at least three branches to make it stand up. So that's the same with those three spirits. And he chose to interpret the prompt free energy through those voodoo spirits, who usually in his African culture and local culture in Togo, people refer to them if they have an issue, like there are no more fish, there are no more maybe rain, and they pray to them, do sacrifices to hope to gain something, help from the other world. So this has a lot of African influence as well. And yes, this is the art from Kaizen Art Sempre, traditional art. And congratulations to Peter Benson also for having his prompt picked. So a round of applause for Kaizen Art Sempre. Awesome. Okay, so Basumo, since you're here, do you want to read your prompt and talk a bit more about it? Let me bring all of you here. Bring the others to me.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm Basumo, Indonesian illustrator and digital artist. I choose a prompt by Leia Avarius. Turns out they are also Indonesian. The prompt is a boy wearing a flat white mask, a mask that only shows his partial heterochromia, combination of deep blue and brown in the iris. Eyes were sharp. On the far right and top left of the mask were two white antlers, like a deer, that blended into the mask. He wore a dark blue robe hooded with abstract features on the tips of his arm and the bottom of his robe. His left hand held the wooden staff with pines and white flowers that only blossom and beam at night. On his right wrist was a birthmark like a tattoo that resembled a triangle of a plant. He has the power to grow plants without seeds only by his index fingertips in various media. So that's the prompt by Leia Avarius. I choose this prom because I really like the theme that the proms brings. It beautifully blends themes of nature and magic. So yeah, I really when I read this prom, it's inspired me to. I can already imagine what kind of the book, what kind of look, what kind of vibe that the illustration I will make, and how the boy will looks. I already have a rough imagination of the character. So yeah, so I really like the theme of nature and magic. I also love to put Indonesian mysticism and occultism in my work. So the theme of nature and magic resonates with me. So yeah, this prom offers a perfect opportunity for me to showcase everything I like when I did an illustration. So
Wonderful. Let me share the
that's it.
artwork
So
again. Let me share the artwork again.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just sharing the artwork again.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why I choose the prom, and I'm really into character design and illustration. I also love magic and fantasy theme artworks and literature. So yeah, when I see this prom, I already think that this is the prom for me. So yeah, I'd like to think that the boy in the illustration embodies power, an internal or inherent power with humanity, power that entwined with nature around us. So in the present power, a mystery is unraveled, and arboreal magics can shine and illuminate, inspiring us to a contemplation and enchantment and a renewed appreciation for the magic and nature within us all. And so
Aww.
that's my inspiration when I made this art.
Oh, that's so sweet. The magic within us all. Yes. That's so well said. Oh, thank you. I mean, I was really impressed when I saw this piece, for the same reason as for Barret or Thomas, because you had only 3 days. And how do you do such a detailed character in just 3 days? Like, no matter the experience you have, you know? Uh, this is gorgeous. And I knew you had registered, but I had no idea you had this kind of this thing you can do in your in your portfolio. It was a really good surprise. Wow, it's beautiful. The colors, the harmony of the colors, everything, the details on the cloth. Is there some Indonesian inspiration there, or it's totally a fantasy?
I incorporate some Indonesian pattern and design in it. Indonesian, like the pattern on his cloak and the trinkets on his golden trinkets on his body is like traditional outfits that are wear by Indonesian shaman, and I don't know how to translate it into English, but as like a cultural guardian to the mysticism belief in the traditional culture. Yeah, so I try to incorporate some of that design, some of that philosophy to the character. So yeah, and Leia Arferis, the original prompter, are also shocked because he didn't know before that the prompt's gonna be chosen by another Indonesian, and I put another Indonesian traditional culture into the illustration. So yeah, we both kind of shocked when knowing that we're both Indonesian. So yeah,
That's an incredible story.
okay, yeah,
Like,
a really coincidence.
yeah, it's like Barret, Frymire, and his prompter they actually knew each other too before, but they had no idea. They just speak each other's prompts. But for you, it's even different. You don't know each other, but you're from the same culture. And honestly, looking at the prompts, I don't see anything that will make me think, oh, this is an Indonesian person who wrote it. You know?
me too.
Yeah. So that's a
It's
beautiful.
kind of shocking.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful connection. Wow, humanity. That's,
Yeah, you never know.
you never know. Yeah. I'm glad I made the prompts anonymous. Wow, because then you really have the surprise. How cool is that? You totally geniuses. I agree.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congrats. Let's give a round of applause to Basumo.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Basumo, you can also clap yourself. We see the
Oh,
C.
yes. Thank you.
Awesome. Very cool. And let's go now to let's go briefly to the other side. So I will bring you here with me. Host tools, bring users to me. All right. So welcome. And this is actually a prompt, which is very interesting. I think the prompter also should win a prize because his prompt was picked by 3 artists, and all the 3 artists won the prize as a jury, which didn't happen for everyone. So the prompt in itself is very simple: a magical goddess who spreads love and nature to everything she touches. The prompt was written by Pupa, who actually was one of the moderators on the Tuesday afternoon session. So he had the pleasure to see the artist doing it while he was moderating, and I'm like, wow, that's so cool. And yeah, and then I got back to me like, oh, you were lucky, like 3 artists picked your prompt. I'm like, what? That's crazy. And so many different various styles and interpretations. So the artists could not be here with us tonight, but they were here yesterday. So if you're interested, check the replay from yesterday. But I will briefly introduce what I know about those artworks. So Janine Penn is the first one, and she made the artwork A Flight of Flora, which is actually a mix of physical and digital collage. So she incorporates some physical pieces and then digitalized them into digital artwork. No AI was used to make this, and yeah, I'm quite impressed. Let me just look if I have more info to say. This one was really appreciated by the jury too. My computer is like, you have too many windows open. Oh gosh. OBS was so nice. I don't know why OBS doesn't work anymore. Alright, so this is Flight of Flora. And yeah. So how is the final artwork related to the prompt? The prompt made the artist think of Flora, a goddess of flowers, and the renewal of spring. So she wanted to capture the essence of hope and renewal. She chose her prompt because it felt really positive and hopeful. And I mean, I think we can all feel it in all the colors that I used here. You can see the goddess in a very collageful way, if I may say. Very appreciated. I really love looking at it. It's really, really nice to watch. So, a round of applause for Flag of Flora by Janine Penn. And then on the right, we have Yukin, who was with us yesterday. Yukin did actually a sculpture. So she's from Canada. Janine is, she's French, I think. I don't recall. But Yukin is from Canada. And she did this artwork called Seed of the Sea. And it's a very interesting sculpture because it's made with a lot of various elements, recycled elements. And let me look if I have just a bit more info to share. Seed of the Sea. All right. So yeah, it's a sculpture with paper cutouts, digital art that was printed, so reverse, digital art that you print, clay, needle fettling, sewing, assemblage, acrylic. No AI was used at all. I mean, it's all physical. And she went for direct reference to touch and the use of hands to spread love and nature. You see the plant sprouting from the hand and nurturing a heart plant above the sea cave. And the goddess is residing within the space between the water, the earth, and the clouds. So there's a boat in front of the goddess, shaped like a big green that's sharing the joy and the love. And she did not create a face for the goddess, so she focuses instead on the nature aspect all around it. She was drawn to the idea of a nurturing divine being and nature. She loves to make art combining imagery of nature with human forms and abstracting. So yeah, that was quite challenging to do that in only 2 days, a whole sculpture. Well, congratulations, Yukin. And on the behind us, we have the last artwork corresponding to that prompt by Marco Marin. I will bring all of you here with me. Great. So this by Marco Marin. Marco was here yesterday, so if you want to hear it from Marco himself with his really nice voice, watch the replay. He appears at the beginning. And this is a digital art made without using AI at all. Incredibly detailed. Honestly, when I look at it, it reminds me of those medieval tapestries, you see in castles, medieval castles. Except here it's like totally fantasy, and it was made in only 3 days with digital art, not physical. And you can see on the right side, the nature is still winter stage, and on the left side, the nature is blooming thanks to the presence of the goddess. There's a strong insistence on many small animals in various shapes and forms. That's so cute. And gosh, there's a fairies. There are even 2 fairies here. I didn't notice. And the artist is working on a V2 of it, which I already find the V1 so impressive. But the V2 is just like, I don't know. I can't wait to see that happening. So a beautiful depiction of the goddess of nature, very illustrative way, less abstract than the others. So different styles, same prompts, amazing work. So thanks, Marco. Marco is from Mexico, but currently residing in Canada. An amazing portfolio he has. So congratulations, a round of applause for him. Yes. And okay, then we arrive at the end of this presentation. We have Genesis who's still with us. Hi Genesis, how are you feeling tonight? Are you still here? No, he left. No way. Oh, we missed Genesis. This is so sad. Oh, okay. Well, I will share what I know about Genesis. So the prompt he chose was written by Markotic, a cyborg in a cryogenic environment whose soul is leaving his body and floats around and merges with a nebula of energetic colors. So Genesis is a 3D artist. This is all made with 3D, no AI at all, zero AI, all made with, I think, Blender. And so there's, I will show the artwork right now on the full screen. But what I found most impressive is that he even made a video. The artwork is called Ada's Last Song. So the idea is that he captures the idea of a cyborg whose name is Ada, and she's slowly dying. And it's a big question: what makes a robot a human? What makes us humans? And he captures that in a cyborg, throwing her last sparkles into the air. So let's listen together to the poem from Genesis that he wrote to illustrate the story of Ada. I will play the video now. Hi, Anonymous Penguin. I'm so happy you're jumping everywhere. Which I found really, really nice. So play. Bug, wonderful. And too many things. Okay, I will share it from the drive that I have. I have the original video, so that would be easier. Bear with me. Alright. No, I don't know. Okay, it's on his page, sorry. Humanity. Voilà. Ada's Last Song. Okay, Ada's Last Song. I have it, say launch. It's coming. Okay, I will share my screen now. I'm glad you like it, brother screen. Let's see. Window. Yes. Wait, it's not the right window. The other window. I will share this window right now. Yes. So relax in your seat, and this is the Genesis poem. Just checking if it's alright.
Ada's Last Song. The time had come for her and many others. The optimal functionality level had been deemed insufficient for the system. She was now lying on the floor in the cryo chamber. It should be a moment of joy and expectation, since the common belief was that the soul, or uploaded memories and personality, would become one with the singularity. As Ada 49 began to slowly levitate in a cryogenic state, she couldn't help thinking about whether she would be able to sing or feel anything in the singularity. A sense of unease grabbed her mind, and she felt the urge to use this last moment
to sing one more time. Ada's last song. Deepest insecurity and doubting questions surfaced as her past went through her modified brain. Who am I? Metal codes and upgrades? Or am I human at all? Do I have a soul? Did I lose it at some point? Will I vanish as I become one with all other memories, entangled in a one big soup of electric signals? Floating upwards, she felt the cold wrapping around her body and consciousness like a blanket. She stretched up one arm and closed her eyes as she began whispering out her last song. Can you hear my song? Where does myself belong? What am I? What will I become? Answer blurred, in flesh it's buried and fading code. Between reality of steel and bones, I am both human and the unknown. No more shall I sing the cyborg's song. Flickering codes of 1 and 0, dimming out, never got to be the hero. Circuits woven with threads of humanity assimilated into singularity, what will be my personality? No more shall I sing the cyborg's song. My soul, my spirit are stranger to me. Humanity fades. The spirit takes flight, leaving the shell silent in the night. Fading away, I am getting colder. Why do I want to cry on your shoulder? Please sing with me now, one last time, the cyborg's song.
Wow, I love listening to that story. It's like it's a whole universe in itself, you know. It's a whole movie. It could totally be a movie in itself, you know. This whole thing. So congratulations, Genesis. A round of applause for him. And yeah, it's like I don't know how in 3 days he managed to do a 3D art plus a video plus a poem. You know, it's so much work in such a little time, and I'm truly impressed with what he did, and I found it terribly poetic. It sounds like it could be the end of a movie, and maybe Felipe, since you want to be an art director, will give you some ideas. I don't know if you're into sci-fi. But yes. Okay, so we have 2 more artworks to present before closing the night. One here on the right side is from Ana Santiso. So she was with us yesterday as well. So if you want to hear it from her own voice in Spanish, listen to the recording. Otherwise, I will briefly remind what this is about, this one. So the prompt was written by Kathleen Leon Langston, who actually loved Anna's interpretation of it. And I will read the prompt. Digital art of an ethereal human tree, with diverse peoples prodding as leaves, their faces expressing a myriad of emotions, reflecting the collective human experience. The trunk is etched with symbols from various cultures, signifying the shared roots of humanity. The sky above transitions from a vibrant sunrise to a star-studded night, further emphasizing the concept of time and evolution. The background landscape is a blend of cityscape and nature, signifying the human-nature connection, rendered in a whimsical art style using a warm color palette. So the artist chose this prompt because she loves doing art in a whimsical art style. And it was like, oh, this is mine. And this is the results. And there are many, many details on this piece, which I'm able to tell you about because we had Anna who told us about it. So it's a digital art piece. No AI was used. And hi, Isabelle. So nice to see you. So so this piece, the artist says that for the 3 days where she was doing the art, she had no idea what she was doing. It was a very chaotic process. And only 1 or 2 hours before, she managed to do like an actual composition that she was really satisfied with. And man, like that's probably, if you watch the replay, you will see that whole process from start to end. So really nice that she went to the end. She was like, okay, I'm doing it. I'm doing the 72 hours. I'm going to do this artwork. She did not give up, and that's so important. So here you can see, indeed, we have the art, the tree, and we have the tree with some eyes or people. You can see some hands on each leaves. We have a human leaf here on the bottom side, and on the back side we have cities. So the artist also wanted to illustrate, in the theme of this event is humanity, the connection between human and the machine. So you can see some lines going from the soil to the space, which actually represents like going to the metaverse, all the data going to the metaverse, artificial intelligence, all those themes. And it's a very subtle way, it's not, there's a subtle gradient throughout the whole form, simple forms, and yet so many different ideas expressed here. Also the roots and the leaves express or share humanity to all of us, that somehow we all come from the same tree and we all connected to each other. So I really like how the artist took the prompts initially, but also completely reinterpreted it in her own way to share a message to people that we are all connected, whether it's physical, virtual, and in the metaverse. So yes, congratulations to Anna. Clap. Clap for her. Wonderful. Hi. And Isabelle, if you're here, do you want to present? I mean, I did a presentation of your artwork earlier on, but do you want to speak it out about it? Maybe something I haven't said in the beginning. So I will just bring you back, guys, here to Isabelle artwork. And you can totally speak in French and I will translate. That's fine. So you can activate your mic if you want. Tu peux parler, Isabelle, si tu veux parler. Tu peux, je vais traduire en anglais.
Bonjour tout le monde.
Hi everyone. Ça va?
Là, je crois que c'est moi.
Yeah, I hear you.
Wonderful.
Donc, que voudrais-tu que je raconte?
So the sound of Isabelle right now is on spatial. So if you're on Zoom, maybe you won't hear it, but on spatial, you'll hear it. So go ahead, Isabelle. Qu'est-ce que tu veux nous dire sur cette œuvre?
Bon, bah alors le prompt, il est là. J'ai simplifié un peu. J'ai commencé d'abord pour m'inspirer du prompt pour m'en imprégner, pour m'imprégner un peu de son essence générale. Et ensuite, j'ai commencé à dessiner et puis j'ai simplifié un petit peu le contenu du prompt. Je n'ai pas tout mis dans l'image. image parce que sinon ça aurait fait une image trop chargée.
So, Isabelle, sorry, I'm so used to hearing French. Yes. So, Isabelle is saying that there were a lot of details in the prompts, and she made a conscious choice not to represent all the elements into the final image, because otherwise it would be too charged as an artwork. Like, it will have too many elements on it. It would not be like a nice experience for the viewer. Vas-y, tu peux continuer.
J'ai un son parasite qui doit venir d'une des vidéos, je sais pas comment l'arrêter.
C'est un écho, tu veux dire?
Non, je pense que c'est une des vidéos qui est affichée, qui doit être en lecture automatique et j'arrive pas à l'éteindre.
Ah, attends, je vais aller voir si je peux l'éteindre. C'est bizarre parce que... Sorry, we're just having an echo and we're trying to figure out where it comes from. I will refresh the page. Je vais recharger la page. Peut-être ça va reset. All right. So, c'est très bien d'avoir une autre française. Ah, wait 2 seconds. You can hear me. We're back on spatial.
No.
Ah, yes.
No more shall I sing the sidewalks song.
Ok, all good.
Ah, super, merci. Ah, ça fait du bien.
C'est bien. Okay, so... All right, we fixed the audio issue. So let's go back to Isabelle presenting her artwork. It's a digital piece. Isabelle from France, currently living in Brittany, Bretagne, which is a place filled with magic and mystery. Because if you guys know about the King Arthur legend, that's where it happens. It's in Brittany, this region of France. Many people don't know that fact, actually. And yeah, Isabelle is hailing from that wonderful place filled with fantasy and legends and mythology. And yeah, we have this representation. Vas-y, Isabelle.
Donc, le premier jour de peinture, je me suis connectée à peine 1h30. J'ai posé mes éléments et j'ai fait une première harmonie colorée qui était inspirée du prompt directement, parce que dans le prompt, la personne donne des couleurs. Et donc, j'ai commencé avec ces couleurs-là. Et le deuxième jour, je me suis dit, non, ça va pas du tout, ces couleurs-là.
Attends, 2 secondes.
Et j'ai tout changé.
Okay. So the first day, Isabelle connected for like an hour and a half, about 2 hours. And she started with the colors because there were a lot of colors decrypted in the prompt. And so she started laying down the colors and experimenting with them. So experiment with the colors first. And on the second day, she decided to scrap everything. Vas-y, Isabelle.
Je voulais dire quelque chose tout à l'heure, mais je ne sais plus.
Tu veux parler du deuxième jour?
Oui, peut-être. Le deuxième jour, je me suis connectée très peu de temps, mais je me suis surtout concentrée sur ce changement de couleur pour que ce soit plus harmonieux.
Ça.
J'ai complètement changé le... Oui, vas-y.
Attends, donc le deuxième jour, tu t'es connecté, mais qu'est-ce qui a changé, pardon?
Alors le deuxième jour, c'est en me réveillant, en fait, que je me suis rendu compte que cette première harmonie colorée que j'avais fait en m'inspirant du prompt, ça n'allait pas du tout. Et donc, j'ai comment refait le deuxième jour. En fait, j'ai principalement travaillé sur le changement des couleurs, en fait.
Okay, so on the second day, she was not satisfied with the result that she had, so she decided to to change the way she was looking at the colors and the gradient and arranging them. Continue.
Ah oui, ça y est, je me souviens ce que je voulais dire. Donc le troisième jour, ensuite, du coup, j'ai pu continuer un petit peu affiner la composition de l'image, dans laquelle j'ai intégré deux des concepts que j'avais déjà réalisés dans mes précédentes images, notamment. Ouais, tu veux traduire là ou
Tu as dit que tu as réutilisé des éléments, des concepts que tu utilises dans tes précédentes œuvres, c'est ça?
que j'avais déjà créé dans mes précédentes illustrations.
Okay.
Il y a le concept des arbres siamois, puisque j'avais vu dans le prompt qu'il voulait que les choses s'entremêlent.
Okay.
Et ça m'a fait tout de suite penser à mes arbres siamois.
Ah, okay. In this artwork, Isabelle has used some elements that she also uses in other artworks because it really perfectly matched the prompt. So, for example, in the prompt, it was said that he wanted trees that intertwine each other, and she decided to use Siamese trees, des arbres siamois, Siamese trees. Which is a concept she already had in another artwork. She was like, this matches it perfectly. Vas-y, continue.
Alors, le deuxième concept que j'ai intégré parmi mes précédentes illustrations, dans le prompt, j'avais lu que les choses défiaient les lois de la gravité. Et donc, ça m'a donné l'idée que les cascades, au lieu de couler vers le bas, coulaient vers le haut et faisaient naître des nuages. Et mon précédent concept, c'est l'arbre du monde à l'envers qui prend ses racines dans les nuages.
Ah, nice. Okay. So in the prompt, it is written that you should defy the laws of gravity. And Isabelle did that by representing reverse side waterfalls going from the mountain to the clouds. And also we have a tree that has his roots inside a cloud. So very, very smart concepts. Continue.
Thank you.
Hi, Gary.
Bah, grosso modo, c'est à peu près tout ce que j'ai à dire sur cette œuvre. C'est pas mal.
Nice. Well, congratulations.
S'il y a des questions, je peux répondre.
Let me check if there are questions. Who's watching now? Mm-hmm. No questions. We're good. So yeah, thank you so much, Isabelle. Congratulations. A round of applause for you. Computer is a bit slow. 2 seconds. Aye. I lost the screen. It will connect shortly. Let me refresh it. So, hi, je suis de retour. I am back, sorry.
Oui,
okay.
J'étais en train de dire, si tu as envie de le dire, on peut mentionner la mention honorable de NFT Design Award.
Yes. So this artwork received honorable mention by the jury of NFT Design Awards. So yeah, very, very good artwork. Great job, Isabelle. Let's clap for Isabelle. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So nice. Guri seems to love what you do too. Nice to see you, Guri. All right. I think we just missed 2 pieces from artists who were not here yet. No, yeah, this one from Oracle. and another one, the last one I think by Matt Cherry, and the Bellatonati. So let's see. All right, let me bring all of you here. But you're really good followers. Great job. Okay. So this artwork, the prompt by Marquita, who was also an artist in the challenge, art challenge, and yes, we see here her prompt was interpreted by Pinwheel Studios, Andressa. Actually, she's from Brazil, but also living in Brittany. So maybe Isabelle, you can meet her, because she's really living in your region right now. And I will read the prompt out loud for people to understand what it's about. It's a bit long, but it's very poetic prompt, and I think it should be an artwork in itself. It seems like it's an extract from a story, a book. And I love it. I love how descriptive it is and poetic. So enjoy. The first thing you notice is her tattoos. Tropical flowers floating on an ocean, stars in a galaxy, and soft winged shapes circling in the sky. The tattoos look like all of this, but they are not. Like delicate lacework or climbing flowering vines, the patterns, details, and subtle colors among the brilliant illustrations are not truly appreciated until you look closely. But you will not know that at this first meeting. She noticed your approach long before you saw her. You suddenly realized that her beautiful gray eyes twinkle with silent laughter at your startled expression. All of your assumptions about what she would be like are dissolving like morning mist in the sun. They said she was old, dangerous, and a mother, that she came from the hot southern lands, or maybe the far western islands, that she did not tolerate foes, that the colors were gone, that the song was the last gift she had. Gosh. They were right about all of it, but also completely wrong. Her matronly curves, the glints of silver in her dark reddish hair, and the lines of grief and joy etched into her features do not diminish her all too human beauty. As you take a moment to gather your courage, you appreciate the spot she chose. She is sitting on a stone at the base of a towering conifer tree, or maybe an oak. You're not good at telling such things apart. Her posture is casual, but she is somehow also very alert to her surroundings. The forest is almost cozy, softly lit with the occasional sunbeam. The growth beneath the trees is a rich, deep carpet of moss broken only by small islands of meadow grass and a surprising variety of white flowers. The tabby cat beside her is a warm, creamy color, and his eyes are lovely peridots, sparkling with unexpected intelligence. If it were not for her iridescent dragonfly-like wings, or the fact that she and the house cat would be of a height if they were standing, you could almost mistake her for one of the women of the village. Almost. Well, let's do first a round of applause for the prompt. It's like amazingly working. Okay, and this is the artwork from Andressa of Pinwheel Studios. So it's actually a drawing. It's all drawn on paper with graphite. And the artist is planning on a colored version of it. But yeah, during the 3 days, she only did the non-colored version, which I can understand because if you look at it, I don't know if you see the zoom on the line, but oh my goodness, there's so many details. Like all the tattoos, she represented them everywhere on the body, everywhere she could. Everything is incredibly detailed. The grass, many different types of grass, the lightning on the rocks as well. The cat, oh my gosh, like every little single hair was drawn on the cat. And yeah, that's for me, that's an incredible job in the 3 days. Really, really appreciate this artist. So yeah, Isabelle, you should meet her if you can in Brittany. That would be cool. Or maybe you can even do a collab. that we want him to do. All right. A round of applause for Pinwheat Studios. Marquita. Good job. Good job. Thank you. Okay, and let's go back. Let's go to the final artwork. Two final artworks. I will bring you here with me. So we had the two artists here yesterday. So if you're really curious and you want to hear the voice, feel free to watch the replay. But I will share in the meantime what I know about those artworks. So we have the first one, the prompt was written by Jack Bliss. Casting spells under a moonlit sky, a young wizard discovers a forgotten, overgrown garden teeming with mystical creatures. So very short prompts, a lot of room for imagination. And the artist Machiri from South Korea, she had a lot of fun describing all the different mythical creatures in it, from the fox to the. I mean, every creature here is abnormal. If you look at the snail, for example, it has some ears like rabbit, like ears. The mushrooms have an eye. The how's it called? The snail has eyes, and the fireflies are like ducks. The unicorn. Sorry, the snake is like a unicorn. So there are many different elements in it. Some of the other artworks of the artist, you can see some of the same animals. So she's just reusing them in this artwork. And yeah, I find it super creative. And a big kudos to Machiri because yesterday she came and it was like 5 a.m. in South Korea. She did not do that again today, but yeah, I think we need to applaud her both for the artworks and for waking up at such an early time. And the last one we finish with is also a very short prompt by Ayant. I wish to see something occult, mystic, and dark. So this is a traditional painting. So Machiri was digital. This one is a traditional painting made with paper. So it is made on paper. The paper actually pages of a book. The book is Pride and Prejudice. So she uses it as a base to paint on top of it. And it's called Bella Donati. The artist is from Croatia, I think, if I remember correctly. Yes, Croatia. And so it's a tea with a special, with the belladonna plant and with special properties. I mean, it's up to the imagination what it does. Does it kill someone? Does it throw a curse on someone? Really up to you to figure out. And yes, you can see how many different elements on it. We have a book on top of a book, of course. We have the teacup. We have the weird plant going up. The skull, the skull on top of it. Very beautiful piece. We also had a prize from the jury. Very incredible piece. Let me see if I have extra things to say about it. Bella Donati. So this is acrylic painting on top of book pages. So the tea is poisonous and surrounded by belladonna berries, sitting on top of a mystical spell book with other occult items nearby, ready for a witch to cast spells with. So you need to know that the artist, she loves everything that's like witch related in general. So she had a lot of fun describing this artwork. Yes. The dark, occult, and mystical has always fascinated her, and they relate well in the themes of her artwork. So she's really inspired by fairy tales in general and the stories we tell each other, including what they tell us about our cultures. And witches for her are a very fascinating topic because they are symbols of feminine power and knowledge. And witches' potions are a large part of that history and that story. So, yes, this is congratulations for Christina for the Bella Donati. A round of applause for her. Wonderful. Oh, yes, perfect. Thank you. And I think, yeah, that's just the end of this exhibition. We went through all the artists selected by the jury. Congratulations again to all of them, to the prompters. I will go back to the start up here. But yeah, this has been an incredible journey. Know you can visit this space at any time in the future with all the prompts. This will also be available on the websites really soon. But in the meantime, feel free to admire them here. All the artworks are being slowly minted. Some of them are being available for the original prompters. But otherwise, yeah, just keep in touch with Faerian to know when it will be revealed. I will put the link in the chat again on the stream to register your interest. If one of those artworks touch your soul and you feel like it should be part of your, of your collection, we will notify you when that's available. So the link is posted right now in the chat here and also on Spatial. Give me 2 seconds. Here. Wonderful. So let's have another cup of cocktail before leaving. We all deserved it. Those were really intense hours. And I want to congratulate all the artists who have participated in Humanity. Thank you so much for being here today, in the previous days, in the past month, like every day. This has been an intense journey for all of us. And you have really revealed to humanity that we can be creative as humans. We don't all need AI or anything. And hi, Tamuta, you just joined us with a lot of Bitcoin around you. So nice. Hi, nice to meet you. So yes, thank you all so much for joining. And don't say if you have any questions to reach out to Faerian, to us, to the artist. We are always here for you. Any last words? Isabelle, Basumo, MissMojo, Felipe, feel free to take the mic.
Well, I would like to congratulate. I'm sorry, I have to. There it is. I'm muted. There it is. I'm muted. No, I'm sorry. I'm hearing an echo. I think. Okay. Okay. Well, I wanted to thank you, Cynthia, for having us here and organizing everything and Faerian. I think it's something very beautiful that basically you have done. And I would like to congratulate you and thank you for it. Thank you for it. Also, Oliver wants to oak. I have to hide his food.
Thank you, Felipe. But I also want to thank you because you were with me at Non-Fungible Conference and you supported me the whole week. We barely slept that week, and you helped me tremendously organize everything. And yeah, I want to thank you. It was a teamwork, really teamwork with you, with the artists, with everybody. Thank you so much. Basumo, any last words? Isabelle?
Yeah, I just want to add thanks to you, Cynthia, for organizing this, to Felipe too, to all the variant team, and to all the fellow artists who came together to do this challenge. It was just an interesting and entirely new experience for me, meeting a lot of art artists and creatives from all over the world. So yeah, I'm really grateful for this experience, and I want to thank you.
Oh, thank you, Basumo. Thank you so much for joining, even if it's so late right now in Indonesia. Really impressed. Isabelle, des petits mots de fin?
J'écoute.
Ah, on t'entend pas. Ah,
Euh,
mais oui, Tamouta,
Quelle
on est
était la
français.
question?
Attends, il y a une autre française dans la salle. Mais c'est French.
Ah, il y a une autre Isabelle.
Non, une Tamouta. Oui. Vas-y, Isabelle, donne-nous tes petits mots.
Je dis mon petit mot en français.
Ouais.
Le petit mot de la fin, c'est ça?
Oui.
Bon,
Merci à vous d'être venus ce soir.
Thank you all for coming.
Et j'espère que vous prendrez plaisir à visiter la galerie.
And I hope you will have pleasure visiting the gallery. Amazing.
Merci.
Thank you, Isabelle. Merci, Isabelle. All right.
tu peux m'expliquer
Oui.
bonsoir, tu peux m'expliquer en 2 mots la galerie? Bon, j'ai compris que c'est assez original. Bon,
Ah, Tamuta is asking a question about the gallery. Yes, Tamuta. Pardon. So, okay, I'll do it in French.
we can.
Yes, that's fine.
Pardon.
Donc, on a fait un événement qui s'appelle Humanité, c'est-à-dire que pendant 3 jours, on a demandé aux artistes de faire une nouvelle œuvre d'art en montrant leur processus live au monde entier, en même temps. Et leur œuvre d'art était basée sur des prompts qui ont été soumis par le public. Donc l'idée était qu'au lieu que ces prompts, on les donne à une IA, genre Midjourney ou Dali, et ben on les a donnés à des artistes humains qui du coup les ont interprétés avec leurs outils à eux.
Oh,
Voilà.
ah, super
Et c'est
intéressant.
une idée de génie.
Voilà. Et du coup, ça s'est passé.
C'est complètement une idée, mais
Ouais.
ouais.
Et du
Parce
coup,
que moi, je suis artiste IA.
t'es artiste IA?
Et, c'est vrai que ouais, je suis artiste IA. En fait, on est pas mal dans un groupe, on est pas mal d'artistes sur Spatial et sur Twitter, enfin dans la Twitter sphère. Et c'est super intéressant. Je vais en parler, de venir visiter la galerie.
Ah, trop cool.
Parce qu'en fait, nous, on organise des tours, on est pas mal, on est une assez grosse communauté quand même. Il y a plusieurs communautés réunies dans le truc. Je sais pas si tu connais, si tu es un peu dans le monde de la crypto. Je sais pas si vous y êtes aussi.
Si.
C'est des NFT ou pas?
Oui, toutes les œuvres là vont être
Ah,
limitées et
ok.
disponibles en tant que NFT. Ouais.
Ah, ben voilà, c'est intéressant. Super intéressant.
Ouais.
Super intéressant. Je regarderai, ça va être sur quelle blockchain?
On aura Ethereum, Tezos et Polygon. Voilà.
Elle n'est pas sur
La-
MDX,
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a, Isabelle?
sur Multiverse X, vous allez pas mettre sur cette blockchain? Ou c'est une green blockchain?
Quelle blockchain?
Multiverse X? Tellement elle ronde.
Ah,
Ça parle pas?
j'utilise pas trop. On essaye de prendre les blockchains utilisées par les collectionneurs d'art, principalement.
Ouais, c'est vrai. Les autres, c'est vraiment une blockchain pour là.
Ouais. Ethereum aussi.
Mais c'est vraiment intéressant, hein. Franchement, c'est un super projet. Hein.
Ah, merci. C'est quoi ton tuteur? Comment on peut...
Je remercie énormément Cynthia pour cette initiative.
Oh, merci Isabelle. So, guys, if you're watching the stream right
Faerian,
now, just Tamuta is a French digital AI artist, and yeah, he loves the concept basically. And we're just talking about when the artworks will be available as NFTs and stuff like that.
Non, en fait, le projet que je fais là, moi, je suis de Polynésie, je suis de Bora Bora.
Ah
Euh,
Ah
et
non, c'est
ouais,
ouf.
je suis de Polynésie. Et en fait, si tu vas visiter un peu les galeries, euh, moi, le projet que je suis en. Bon, on a commencé à mettre en place avec la team. On a des NFT adossés à des perles, des vraies perles de Tahiti, des vraies perles noires. Donc, quand la personne achète un NFT, il reçoit chez lui une perle avec une nacre super intéressant.
Oh, c'est énorme. Okay, so guys, Tamuta is from French Polynesia and from Bora Bora. It's like the honeymoon destination exclusive. And they're using
Yeah,
NFTs
right.
to sell black pearls, right?
Yeah, right. Black pearls from Bora Bora.
Wow. Man, now I really have all the continents represented here.
Attends, je vais follow. Hop.
Trop bien.
Ah.
Et donne-moi ton Twitter aussi, là, qu'on s'écrive après.
Bah, c'est Tamuta 9x7.
Bah, écris-le dans le chat.
Ah, c'est vrai que c'est mieux. Attends, c'est quoi? J'ai mieux.
Et salut David, je crois que c'est David Demaret qui est en train de se balader. I think one of the artists is having fun right now in the gallery. He's just too shy to speak up. Mais David, si tu nous entends, viens nous dire bonjour. Ok, Tamuta 907, super. Génial. Super intéressant. Et,
Ouais, en fait,
si
on est en train de
on a
monter.
on a un billet d'avion gratuit aussi pour Tahiti? Non, c'est pas inclus.
On est en train de monter. Je sais pas si tu
Pardon, ça a
connais
coupé.
le CEO du journal du coin, du journal du coin, pardon.
D'accord. Eh ben.
Tu parles pas? Le journal du coin?
Si, je connais, oui.
Ah oui.
Oui, je connais le journal du coin.
Eh ben, enfin, moi, je suis ambassadeur du projet de Helmut Banner. Et ce week-end, on a les mints de des dinos. C'est des NFT projet qui est en Polynésie. Donc, à peu près un an qu'on bosse dessus. Là, on a lancé là, ce week-end, on lance le premier mythe de 2000 NFT. Mais c'est que des NFT réservés pour la gouvernance. On a des partenariats avec une compagnie aérienne en Polynésie, avec pour recharger tout ce qui est e-trees. Toutes ces compagnies-là, on a réussi à faire des partenariats avec. Et du coup, on bute le projet. Et moi, je suis un artiste qui est ambassadeur du projet d'Innovox en Polynésie. C'est
D'accord.
super intéressant parce qu'il n'y a pas de structure Web3 en Polynésie.
Ouais, j'ai vu.
Il y a eu beaucoup de scams en fait. Et du coup, on est en train de monter on essaie de monter vraiment une bonne base pour voir que les 2.5 au Web 2.5. On a entre les deux. On essaie de relier tout les guides vers le Web3. Il y a vraiment le Web3. Du coup, il y a beaucoup de possibilités en fait. Il y a bien sûr avec la bienveillance et tout, parce qu'en fait, il y a tellement de scams en Polynésie ces derniers temps que c'est très dur maintenant.
Bah, il y a des scams partout.
Mais on est pas mal d'artistes, on fait des ventes privées, on fait une vente privée par mois où on fait un métavernissage d'un artiste. Là, on est au quatrième métavernissage. On a fait, je sais pas si tu connais Clément Mougel, on a fait un artiste polynésien dernièrement.
Mhm.
Et on a fait 2-3 artistes. Un Français mais qui a vécu en Polynésie. Et là, en août, donc le mois prochain, on a un gros métavernissage super intéressant aussi, où on regroupe 4 artistes d'un peu partout, Polynésie, France, Canada, enfin d'un peu partout sur la planète.
Ah, génial.
On fait des petits events comme ça
Ouais.
régulièrement, quoi.
C'est hyper intéressant. Ouais, j'adorais.
Mais cette galerie-là, je la note, hein, je pense qu'on va venir, on va faire un raid là-dedans, on va venir visiter.
Ah oui, oui, bah, venez. Hein. Ouais, ouais. À fond. En fait, tu vas voir, l'organisation, c'est que à côté de chaque pièce d'art, tu as le prompt original. Du
Et j'en parlerai tant que le projet. Ça a l'air super, super intéressant. Là, je lis les prompts et tout.
Oh, merci. Bah, le site internet sera disponible bientôt aussi, mais en attendant, il n'y a que la galerie, hein, on peut tout voir.
Comment t'as fait tout ce super déguisement là? C'est original comme truc.
Super original.
Ben, en fait, c'est la communauté avec qui je suis.
Ah d'accord.
Ouais, c'est pas moi qui l'a fait, c'est un copain. Et en fait, tu as des quêtes. T'as des quêtes que tu fais, tu vois, tu peux. T'as des
Parce que là,
quêtes dans
c'est
certains.
en
Dans...
tournoi. Oui, d'accord.
Ouais, t'as des quêtes que tu fais, comment dire, dans des spatiales et qui te donnent accès à des avatars.
Génial.
Et celui-là, le Bitcoin, ben, j'ai un
Gros
copain à nous
remarque,
qui
il n'y
l'a
a pas de,
fait.
pas de souci. Hein.
Ah ben non, celui-là, il est bien. Et puis, je crois que c'est le meilleur avatar. À chaque fois que je vois quelqu'un dans un spatial, ils sont là. Waouh, tu vois, je sais.
Je t'ai vu arriver, j'ai dit, ok, c'est ce truc qui brille dans tous les sens là.
Moi, j'ai cru que c'était un bot au début, parce que hier, on a eu quelqu'un qui
Et
s'est
ça, je l'ai eu avant-hier soir, parce qu'en fait, c'était un copain qui testait son spatial. Et dans le spatial, tu peux mettre des quêtes, en fait, des petites quêtes à faire. Et il fallait récupérer 21 pièces qui traînaient un peu sur sa carte qu'il avait personnalisée. Et quand tu avais récolté les 21 pièces de Bitcoin en fait, qui traînaient, bah, tu gagnais le skin.
Génial. Tu m'entends?
Et ouais, c'est
Est-ce
super.
que vous m'entendez?
Attends, sans toi, je vais excuse-moi, mais je follow aussi Isabelle. Hop, follow comme ça. Si vous allez en live et tout, au moins, je saurai. Vous refaites un event ou pas, Isabelle?
Bah là, c'était le dernier. Est-ce que tu
On
m'entends?
refait quoi, tu te dis?
Un événement de ce type. Vous allez en refaire.
Je sais pas, c'est Cynthia qui organise, faut lui demander.
Ah, c'est Cynthia.
Est-ce que vous m'entendez?
Cynthia, t'es toujours là?
Oui, je suis là.
Je crois qu'elle a le micro. Voilà.
Allô?
Ah, voilà.
Allô, est-ce que vous m'entendez? Vous m'entendez? Vous m'entendez ou pas? Je vais recharger.
Je crois qu'elle est.
C'est Cynthia qui
Okay, so thank you everyone for joining. I will close the stream here. As we talk in the spatial, feel free to join us on spatial if you want to join the discussion. But that was a very pleasant experience, and thank you so much all for being here. The website will be made available soon in the coming days. And yes, definitely follow us if you want to know when the NFTs are minted. There will be open edition and auctions with limited time, so you need to be there. All right, thank you so much again for being here, and have an excellent day. Bye. Thank you so much.